When it comes to manifesting your ideal man in online dating, you don't have to rely on vision boards or just getting lucky when the stars align. There are actually tangible steps you can take to create momentum in your manifestation that leads to much faster results when you're looking for your ideal partner. These are my top 7 favorite things you can do that are very practical and actionable. You can start today that will put you on the path toward your ideal partner in the online dating space. I'm Alana Mackenzie Page, a dating coach and author of the best-selling dating guide, The Art of Feminine Seduction, and I help feminine women just like you get into incredible relationships that last with wonderful men. Tip number 1 for manifesting an incredible relationship. And to illustrate this, I want to tell a little bit of a story about my personal journey on YouTube. Recently, I was doing a music challenge and I had posted a video of me singing. A guy just commented a swear word. When he commented this swear word, I responded back because that lets the YouTube algorithm know to keep pumping that kind of content to more people. What happened through his action, that video got more views than any other video ever. What's this have to do with you and dating? This is all about your focus and what you are feeding your energy to. The best way to manifest the kind of attention and the kind of relationship that you want to experience, the kind of men that you want to experience, is to literally cut your focus from any men who don't match that. This is probably the number 1 manifestation mistake I personally experience women making. Check in with yourself whether you react in a big way when you see what you don't like in an online dating app. And I personally receive many pictures of profiles that are negative or offensive, or women didn't enjoy seeing these profiles. And that is fine. This is not a problem, except if you're going to manifest an incredible relationship, what you want to do is laser focus in on what you do want, because you're otherwise manifesting from a negative vision. You'll be manifesting more of what you don't like if you continuously put your focus and attention on all of the crap that you're going to see in online dating. You're going to see many profiles that are horrible. Very likely, they're going to be there. And the best way to get them to go away and to stop showing up and to stop affecting you and your mental health and your day-to-day life is to just ignore them. Literally swipe left, don't message, immediately delete. If you have taken time to screenshot it and share it with friends, you've already spent too much time on that man. He's not your ideal partner, so just ignore. Completely ignore. This in itself will be such a game changer for you to literally only put attention on the things you enjoy. Only put attention on the men who seem high caliber or who seem to be to the caliber that you would appreciate. And if you don't see them, that's just a sign to take a break from online dating for a second. It's not a sign that they don't exist. You're just curating what you want to experience more of by literally choosing where your focus goes. And your focus will only go on the men that you would be interested in having a conversation with. The next most important thing to do, and this is sometimes a little bit tricky if you have a bunch of stuff that you're still working on in yourself, and it's to set really great boundaries. First of all, to decide for yourself what a boundary is. Do you engage with people who only say hi, or do you not? What kind of chances do you give to men, right? So if they are not really communicating in a way that you enjoy, how many times do you attempt to initiate a conversation and get the ball rolling before you say, that's okay, this isn't the level of communication I'm interested in, and again, ignore. See the last point for exactly why you want to do that. Become really clear in yourself about what a boundary for you in online dating is. You will begin to take better care of your own boundaries and experience less of the crappy, horrible stuff of online dating when you are really paying attention to you and your needs and your wants and actually honoring them. This creates a really clean energy for a manifestation. This creates just like a totally beautiful slate for you to be making the best kinds of connections and keeping yourself happy and lighter and judgment-free and open-hearted for when you meet those men who are really a great match for you. Number 3 is a little bit cheating because I know you're already doing it because you're watching this video, but it's work on yourself. Just to keep building your relationship skills and to make dating better and better and better for you, you want to keep working on yourself. And I think some people hear that and think like, I need to be doing all of these things. Not necessarily. Sometimes working on yourself means doing less, in my book. Sometimes working on yourself is about just giving yourself a little more grace to handle all of the stuff that you're dealing with, because today we are dealing with way more details and stimulus that we would not traditionally be dealing with in our day-to-day lives, and our brains are fried. So, part of working on yourself might be just learning to cut yourself some slack and allow the natural process of your emotions and your dating connections to unfold. Number four, if it's just a little bit too tricky right now to be taking good care of yourself, is to seek support. And that might come in the form of getting takeout from a restaurant, that might come in the form of hiring someone to help clean your house. That might come in the form of getting a therapist. Therapy is a great way to heal these deeper relational issues that are just affecting the way that you show up in dating without you even noticing. Anytime that you're healing these kind of deep rooted relational issues, you are going to be clearing the way for you to manifest an incredible relationship that much faster. Number five, I love, and that is learning to date deep instead of wide. So, what that means, because you've hopefully seen my most recent video about dating multiple men and doing rotational dating, what I mean in the case of dating deep rather than wide is not that you're not dating multiple people at the same time and discovering who you enjoy the most. It's more about that you're becoming open to deep connection with anyone who comes across your path. It's this process of opening your heart and really becoming available to the kind of incredible love that you want to let into your life. And I teach a lot of great techniques, so you can also subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about that, or go back and watch my other videos about becoming emotionally available and how to really attract emotionally available men using emotional communication. When you date like this, you're creating this beautiful emotional rapport with men that is actually what they are craving when they come to relationships. We have this huge stereotype that men are just looking for like a sexy body and someone who looks good on their arm. But what men are craving when they come to dating with the intention of creating a long-term relationship is really this deep emotional connection. So the more that you can open yourself and your heart and your communication to be dating at that level, to really be connecting with men at that level, you're going to cut through the noise so much faster and find those men who are in it for long-term love and who are in it for a deep, satisfying emotional connection. Number six, this is really important for your mental health, in fact, is to keep in mind that whoever you've met in online dating is a stranger until they're not a stranger anymore. And that means you've met in person maybe even multiple times. It's really hard to do this because our brains are not at all wired to create deep emotional communication with someone, to be really connecting with them and creating rapport in chat. And then maybe later you discover they don't look like what they showed you that they look like, or they don't behave in person the way that they behaved in chat, or they aren't at all who they said they were and they're somebody completely different, live in a different country. It's super important, and this is again about that energetic clarity, to remember that these people that you're chatting to online or talking to on the phone aren't necessarily the person that you believe they are in your mind's eye. You have to really get into the practice of keeping space between you and this complete stranger from the internet until you really met in person, proven to each other, really learning who they are and what they're about, whether you really feel attracted to that whole person rather than if you just enjoy something about them. You want to maintain a little bit of distance until you are sure that the person you're talking to is the kind of person you want to attract. So, not getting too attached. This is a huge thing about manifestation, because if you're attached to the wrong thing, it's really hard to pull in the right thing. So you want to make sure that you are not getting too invested in someone who is a complete who knows who. Don't do it, because you might be just wildly disappointed, if not heartbroken, when you get to a certain level with a man. And last thing is to celebrate the little wins. So whenever you do anything good in online dating, I want you to celebrate it. Like, you managed to go on your app for 10 minutes today and you didn't feel bad, celebrate that. Like, if it's any slight behavior change for the positive towards creating more of this momentum around connection and love that leads to manifesting your incredible perfect fit man. Celebrate anytime a man asks you out, even if it doesn't eventually lead to a date. I want you to celebrate anytime something that you wanted to happen starts happening, because how this works when you're manifesting is that it builds momentum. It builds up and up and up, and you do more and more and more of the things that you've reinforced. We've kind of gone full circle from the very first point about taking your attention away from the stuff you don't like. Now you're intentionally putting attention on the stuff you do like. So anytime that something good has happened to you with an online dating app, you're reaffirming to yourself that that's possible. giving yourself a little dopamine hit so that you continue to do the kinds of behaviors that lead to that. Because after a while, when you continue to do those behaviors that actually work and get you what you want in dating, then that leads to more and more of that. And eventually you have kind of a smooth glide path that gets you to that beautiful manifestation of an incredible relationship. Let me know which of these you've tried and how it's gone for you in the comment section. I would love to hear how this is going for you, or how this has gone in the past if you've already tried one or several of these. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in next week's video.